Okay, so I've gone with my gut feeling and I've gone back to where I caught snapper last March. And I pulled up here at the mark that I called Red March, for Reds March. And I've pulled up here on those mark and had a sound around. I have just sounded up a phenomenal amount of really quality snapper. So I've just anchored up. First bait there, that's a King George whiting chunk hanging on a 7/0 circle hook. Second bait is a fresh squid ring, once again on a 7/0 circle hook. I'm also going to use some bluefin tuna that I caught a couple of days ago. So I'm going to get a spread of 4 rods out there and let's see what happens. See if these big arches I found are actually big snapper and if they're hungry. There we go. That's on the salmon fillet that I literally just threw it out. I turned the camera off and it was off for about 5 seconds. So this bait's been in the water, I reckon 2 minutes. Feels like a gummy, just coming up the current. I just said when I cast it out, didn't I, that gummies love tuna. I haven't seen the colour yet, but I reckon this is a gummy. Not necessarily a very big one. It's having a bit of play. It's not taking any line. Starting to play up a little bit now at the boat as it gets closer. Yeah, it's just cruising in the current. You can feel it wrapping itself up. Then it unwraps itself, takes a little bit of line. One of those gummies that wants to just wrap itself up all the time by the looks. There you go, it's just planing up to the surface. It's all tangled up now. Yeah, it's probably 4 or 5 kilo gummy. Rod's 4 out there is getting a hit as well. King George whiting's gonna go. Get away from that line. There you go, got him clean. I was going to lift this into the other rod's going. That's a nice little leader gummy. That'll come home with me. That's called the Welcome Aboard bat. And I said rod 4 is definitely getting hit. That's about to go. I might just get enough time to quickly get this rod back in the water. That'll catch another gummy. Yep, on. All right, bit of live action there. This is a King George whiting fillet. It's about 120 mil long, just the tail section of a King George whiting I caught a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what this is. If it's a gummy, it's only a little one. That other one's probably 4 kilos, not a big gummy. Nice little eater though. There's some of the sweeter sizes to kill. What have I got? It's either a gummy or a little bronzy. Little gummy. Now, it's been very quiet for the first hour or so of the flood, and now the tide's running. The gummies are playing. So he's well and truly undersized for me. He might even be just size if you wanted to measure it, but I'm certainly not killing that. Alright, fella. Thanks for the memory, little gummy on a piece of King George whiting. Let's get the bait back in the water and see if we can catch a bigger gummy, and I'll bleed this one that's on the floor. Now I didn't start the camera rolling when I was pulling in this bait. I had a feeling it was just another baby Port Jackson or something, so I wasn't too excited, so I didn't start the camera. But of course, have a look at that. That'd be 45, 46 centimeters of flathead. Get a big blue spot flathead like that. No real complaints about that one. Got a rod over here getting hit as well. It could be going to happen here. That's a beautiful big flathead. That's on a piece of tuna. Like that. No complaints when they come aboard like that. That can go in the ice box. Even though I don't really eat flathead, I occasionally eat them. Tell you what, my family and friends do though, they love them. Another small shark, I reckon. It was just sitting on this piece of King George whiting, playing around with it. See what we got. Not feeling very big. Oh, it's a baby Port Jackson. We're going to get them all today by the looks. Look at the size of this thing. Absolutely tiny. They're a cool looking shark. Got big spikes on the top of them. Don't want to get that in your hand. But their skin's like really rough sandpaper, very easy to handle them. Just another pest fish. But they are pretty cool. He can have that bit of whiting. He's earned it. A little tiny one, that one is. When they get up to about 10 or 12 kilos, they're a bit of a pain. Alright, come on. Give me a decent fish. Where's my big snapper? Oh, that's it. Fish on. I've just been watching some stuff on my phone, watching YouTube. Not expecting a bite. It's mid-tide. Blasters everywhere. It's mid-tide and the weed is shocking. And I was actually just thinking to myself, I'm not going to get anything here for the next sort of 40 minutes to an hour till the tide starts to slow and the weed settles. And lo and behold, I hear a drag going. Jumped me out of my seat. I think it might have picked up another line. So I've got like 16 to 20 ounces of lead on them. They're covered in weed. And I said that was the last thing I was expecting to get a bite at the moment. Thankfully it doesn't feel like it's a big fish. Might be a small gummy. The weed's been horrendous here today. And mid-tide the weed is just big clumps the size of my fist. Makes it hard. I know there's a lot of weed on this, I can feel it. I'm just dragging up weed with a fish on it. Hopefully there's still a fish on it. My gut feeling is it's a small gummy. Go. Weed, that's the first bit of colour. Oh, I've got another line. And a fish. Oh, it's a nice gummy down there. Gonna try and untangle this. Hasn't got the rod I actually thought it had. It's got another rod. There's just another little gummy. I might just grab it. It's going to make too much of a mess before I net it. settle down. I don't want to hook you. Alright, little gummy. I'm just going to release this fish. Just release it, not worth keeping. It was legal, but I hope to get a better one later. Well everybody, I'm going to do something I don't do very often. There's about an hour and a half left in this tide, which is prime bite time. But I'm pulling the pin and calling it a day. The weed here is insane. It is a really, really big tide, so it is absolutely roaring. The boat's rocking around, not because it's rough, it's because how much volume of water is coming past here. The current is insane. But on top of that, it has got a lot of weed. Within 5 minutes, rods are just fully loaded with clumps of weed this round, this long. It's what I would class as just unfishable. So you know what? This is day one of a 3-day visit. I only came up a bit, slept in this morning, got here about 9:30ish anyway, 10 o'clock. I got a bag of squid and I got 3 gummies. Those gummies haven't been used, but they're all around that 4, maybe 5 kilos. There's nothing wrong with that though. That's a pretty successful day one. So I hope you've enjoyed day one. Day two's tomorrow. I've got a mate joining me. Karen Pridmore's coming up to fish with me for the day. We're going to have a session, but I reckon we're going offshore. The weather's going to be good and it is just too much weed in here to fish. So tomorrow's gummies and hopefully a king offshore. Fair bit of rain cloud though, so it could be a wet one. Let's see how we go. Thanks for watching.